think you're on mute.
Workday starting to sound the same?
I think you're on mute.
Find something that sounds better for your career on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Job Collections, you can browse curated collections by relevant industries and benefits, like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces, so you can find the right job for you. Get started at linkedin.com/jobs. Finding where you fit. LinkedIn knows how.
What do you mean you're in the woods I'm in the woods by myself? There, Van Diesel. What? Whoa, Monstro, that's fucking crazy, dude. Oh, shit. I was bad. I talked too much shit.
What do you mean?
They made me off my second account.
Oh my god.
Bro, somebody brought up the vaccine and I started talking about it.
I've been looking for a box charger in there forever.
I can't find one in here either.
Yes, you can. I just saw one. My phone died.
Yeah?
I'm trying to look up.
But I was talking about just how the Spanish flu thing, like we were talking about, and the vax and all that, and the jab. I don't know, dude. At the end of the day, it's like, it don't matter. It's YouTube, bro. They won't. When I get my other account back, I better clean it up. When I get my other live back, I gotta clean it up, guys. Unfortunately.
Okay, I'll be back. I'm gonna go back up there.
No, yeah, at the back of the property. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'll be. You got a lot of hair in your butt.
Oh.
Where'd you sit, bro?
On your black chair? No, I just sat on the couch because we were looking at the yearbook. Cause
yeah, don't sit there.
Your dad's yearbook, my dad's in, but your dad's a senior and my dad's in like 7th or 8th grade.
Oh, no kidding. That's funny.
And your mom's in it, and then your aunt.
I won't be much longer.
No, you're good. Text me when you're done.
All right, I will.
I just need to get a charger because I was like kept looking around for it, and it's like I'm sick of looking around.
Right. All right, cutie. Yeah, I'm in a camper at the back of my property. Yup. But you know, bro. I'm strapped to the 9s, baby. I don't play. I exercise my right. You, Monstro? You exercise your right, homie? If not, I highly recommend it. You have a right to protect you and yours, bro. Facts. Right? God damn. What do you say? You noticed no flies tonight? What's that mean? What do you mean about that? I don't get that. Damn, bro. Cold. You actually see him? You could see him, bro? Is it on my YouTube you can see him? You thought it was weird when they were all around me? Oh, yeah. For sure, bro. For sure. No, to the YouTubers that just showed up, I got banned off my second account. They don't like my rhetoric. No, we just started talking about the vaccine. I brought up Nicki Minaj standing up and saying how she knew local or regular celebrities that were friends with her that they wouldn't speak up because they were afraid to. So those of you that know, like on my podcast, Nicki Minaj stepped up and said and posted something on Twitter about how if you're African American, you would, she, and I quote, said, if the Democrats told you to stick marbles up your butt, you do it. All right, that was the first line. And then if the other party, the Republicans she's meaning, tell you a bus is coming, you'll stand in front of it and get hit just because you want to do the opposite of what they say. What's gang stalking? COINTELPRO. Not sure what that is. So obviously she's seen a lot of backlash. She said she would never post on Twitter again, which I thought, wow. She has 200 million followers on Twitter, just to put it in perspective. So Twitter allowed, and obviously probably put the bots on her, but Twitter allowed her to get bombarded with negative posts, etc. So she, in turn, said that she would never post on Twitter again, and I believe her. I don't think she will post on Twitter ever again. But after she did this, the White House contacted her and said, if you'd like to talk to our White House doctor about the vaccine, you can. So, she, I don't think, took that offer up. I don't think she plans on it. But she went on a radio talk show with a gentleman and just said how a bunch of her peers in the industry are afraid to speak out. And that's where the problem lies. And that's where it should stop. That should not be the case, right? Really, it just is not. That's not America. That's not what we do here. It's sad. So all the lefties are against her now. Like I was telling my live on TikTok, the most censored app on the planet. I was telling them that they need to watch Nicki Minaj for the next couple months and watch her act and watch her vibe and watch her aura change, because what's going to happen. And also watch for a charge of some sort to come out of the woodwork, a federally backed or a local police backed, whatever. She'll watch a charge come out of the woodwork against her, and then watch her go to jail and come out a totally different person. It happens all the time to these rappers especially. And think about it. It's in their culture, you guys, it's in their culture, it's in their nature to revolt. I heard that somebody in my live one day, dude, on my backup account, told me that Biden was in fact James Wood with a mask on. You know, the actor James Wood, they do a funny bit on him in Family Guy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. And Peter and the dog, I forget his name. I haven't watched Family Guy in forever. But they catch him in a little, they catch him in a cardboard box as they pulled the the piece of wood out from under the cardboard box and it fell on him. Yeah. Funny stuff. Now, I don't know how much truth that holds. I'm not sitting here saying that could be James Wood. But basically, I'm thinking that this podcast, you guys, is probably going to be the only place I'm going to be able to be 100% authentically me. On everything from the vaccine to you name it. Interesting. Hitler and Walt Disney are the same person, this guy says in my YouTube live. Pretty interesting. At the end of the day, something smells. It all smells. You know, we were talking in my other live about the vaccine and how Biden just recently made a mandate for any employers over 100 employed, any corporations over 100 people deep. They're trying to mandate to get the vaccine, along with any federal employment as well, except for the House of Representatives and Congress. I don't know about you, but that really, it red flags me like a motherfucker. I don't like it. It smells. If they already have the vaccine anyway, right, since they're all Democrat, then why the fuck's it matter if they're mandated to do it? Really? It shouldn't. But it does, because, let's be honest, something ain't right with that. And it smells. And I don't care who says what about nothing. If you back Biden, that's fine. But there's no justifying it. None. Only reason they do that at all is because they know that it's shitty for you. Period. Okay? And that's the truth. End of the day, I want to see them all get on stage, and I want to see every one of them get the vaccine. And I don't want it to be saline water. I want solution. I want to see civilians that get to look at everything and verify all of it, and then take the jab. Then take it for me. I would just love to see the fear in their face. A lot of people are quitting. Good. That's America, baby. That's America, baby. My neighbor's wife works and she won't. If they require her to get the jab, she's going to quit. I think there's a lot of people in that same boat. A lot of people. But what about those people that aren't rich or are broke? At the end of the day, yeah, I know multiple nurses that won't take the jab. I know a lot of nurses that won't take the jab. That's saying something to me. Then I'm hearing rumors that if you do take the jab and you get the said booster shot, that you will end up having every 6 months to take the jab for the rest of your life in order to be able to properly fight off pathogens and sickness. If that's not a money-making scheme, then I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? Of course, yeah, love some dependency on that jab. They'd love dependency on the jab. Because at the end of the day, there is so much money to be made for them big corps, big pharma, Pfizer, all them. Johnson & Johnson, you name it. that's a fucking pocket full of cash, you know? So, at the end of the day, it's a red flag. I cited this example on my TikTok. I cited the source of the 1918 Spanish flu. When that took place, it was a big scare, supposedly. They rolled, they rolled out a vaccine, right? And it was backed by you-know-who, John D. Rockefeller. Pretty sure of it. It was John D. Rockefeller. And when it came down to the nuts and bolts of everything and how it turned out, the only ones that lost their lives in that pandemic were the vaccinated. So, not cool. Red flag, again. They also said in that same post that hygiene, just simply hygiene, has been a big precursor to prevention of said diseases. As hygiene of the average person increased, the diseases and the pandemics went down drastically. He said, I'm glad that a bunch of nurses, blah, blah. You heard about Trump, this guy said in my YouTube live. Have you heard about Trump doing a mass arrest of the population? I'm talking hundreds of millions of people and most CEOs and corrupt government officials. Really? Where did you hear that? I gotta get a little more digging in on that. They're getting ready for military trials, sending people to Cuba. Well, what about the ones in office? What up, J-Bo? How you doing, brother? What about the ones that are already in office? Why aren't they getting arrested? It sucks TikTok's got to be the live stream platform. What? Public executions? You gotta be shitting me. For what? This gentleman in my live on YouTube saying public executions in Cuba are going on. Trump arrested hundreds of millions of people and most CEOs and corrupt government officials. I hate to say it, but Trump is the guy we need. He's the one that needs to step up. He's the one that I think that the military looks at as his commander-in-chief still to this day. And I think if he says jump, they'll do it. Even against said office we're currently in. Bro, you don't even know how awesome I would fucking think that would be. I would fucking jump for joy, dude. I would think, wow, America, and God is good. You talking about B-Dub Grows? You talking about C-Dub? You talking about what he just said when you said the dude is telling the truth? Bro, purge them all. Every last fucking one. Yes, purge them all. I would fucking love it. I'd pay to have first row seats. All of them need to be taken down. 1,000%. The adrenochrome freaks, the baby, I don't even like saying it, they all need to be not just executed. They should be hurt for a few days first. I've been hearing about the grid going down. I've also been hearing about the internet going down, power outages. I mean, bruh. I hear again and again that Trump is a light being. I hear it again and again that Trump is actually... So, I saw one the other day that they said, dude, and they do look just like, bro, that Trump is a reincarnated, or if not reincarnated, but the same man, just very old. Ulysses S. No. George Patton. General George Patton. Not Ulysses S. Grant. That George Patton was a true American patriot is now Trump reincarnated. And they do look oddly alike. This is just talk. But they did proceed to say that Trump is inherently a light being, and he does want good for the people. He is by the people, for the people. His rhetoric was a little odd, and it hurt him in the end, but so was Ulysses S. Grant. He was very outspoken. Oh, they can find the room. But that's the problem. That means a lot in our office, too. That means a lot of people in our office need to get took the fuck out, too. I hope to God, bro. I'd give anything, Cito. I'd love it if that was true, bro. I'd love it. End of the day. Yeah, that's Eisenhower. You got it right there, buddy. Yes, sir. The same president worked with Valiant Thor, yes. Only shitty thing is Eisenhower decided not to lay down nukes, too. When the higher beings from Mercury came here, or Venus, Venetians, and asked him to lay down the nukes after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Because supposedly explosions in our space-time actually do affect other space-times. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. And I believe that. So, it's too bad I had to do what I had to do on my other TikTok. I couldn't help it, but I did. I did it. It's my own fault. Once I get my real one back, dude, it's going to be censored. I got too much money to lose. I was making $100 alive. Close to it. That kills me, dude. Yeah, I always do that in my other lives for entertainment purposes only. So hopefully they don't fucking hold it against me that I went on that second live and said what I did, but I wasn't acting like I was going to join it. There was no longer any militias, and there's no longer, if they are, they're underground, but there's no longer the active gathering of militias in any country because they labeled them domestic terrorists. What an easy cop-out to get rid of them, right? End of the day. And I hate to tell all the sheep out there, but it's the bikers, the druggies, the lowlifes of Earth, as they'd probably like to say, that they're going to be begging for if shit ever hits the fan here. The gun-toting crazies are going to be like, I told you so, and yeah. COINTELPRO, no kidding. Because the snitches in COINTELPRO, no shit. So do you think they still exist? Do you think they still exist? Dude, that is what's going to save us all. They're already trying to cut off the ammo. Whew, that sneeze attack. They're trying to cut off all foreign ammo intake. No imports of ammo whatsoever. Of course. Then there was a massive shortage before that. Now ammo's off the charts. What'd I pay? I got 40 cal. 40 cal full metal jackets the other day. Not even hollow points. Full metals. 2 boxes of 50. And they cost me $32 a piece. Ooh, a bunch of gun shop workers reported owners for hoarding ammo. I love it. Because you know why? So he said a bunch of gun shop workers reported owners of gun shops for hoarding ammo and creating false scarcity. Right? For real, bro. But you know why they created that false scarcity? Because they knew that if there was a false scarcity, then everybody that should and needs to would go and get ammo. So basically, a false scarcity would make it so everybody was locked and loaded. So, y'all know what is crazy? Remember, I was thinking about this the other day. Do you remember, obviously you do, at the beginning of the pandemic when all of the toilet paper went? When everybody and their brother was buying toilet paper? Let me tell you why. Looking back, everybody was buying toilet paper at that time when the pandemic first hit. They were buying toilet paper at that time because at that moment was when they first released the virus. And why I say that is because it gave everybody the shits, okay? And you go through toilet paper when that happens, right? Okay. You go through toilet paper when that happens. So everybody went out and bought toilet paper, but looking back at it, it's because everybody was already sick from said virus. It was already here. It had already been rolled out to the population. So everybody went and bought toilet paper, and there seemed to be a shortage, and everybody went and bought it, which is crazy. So, yeah. I didn't realize that at the time until later. I was like, that's why everybody got toilet paper. So, the virus was already rolled out that early. Yeah. COVID's just bacterial pneumonia. People don't like to admit it, but that's all it is. It was from wearing masks. And once it gets out, it's hard to stop. Oh yeah, sure, yep. Or just people who controlled by them. People controlled by the cabal, yeah. The cabal is the Illuminati. And they're ran by reptilians. I do believe that. A lot of people don't, but I do. A lot of people do. End of the day. This live was really kicking ass earlier. But I started talking about militias. And yeah, I got kicked off TikTok, standard. Deleted that account just for the time being, so they didn't have any proof or anything anyway. At least that way they couldn't get my recording and show people, and then delete my other account. But end of the day, big deal. Fuck you, you fucking faggots. Sorry. Our government officials love taking notes from China. They would love it if we were like China. That's what they want. Slave wages, communism. I think that what it is when a people are like China, they're submissive like that. To me, that shows a total lack of evolution. And I know that's shitty to say, but that being said, just look throughout history. You know, with the Revolutionary War, we said what? We'd not be indoctrined to the British in the 13 colonies. And we are now the most advanced country, but they don't like the idea of freedom anymore in this country because there's no money in freedom. There is, but there isn't. Not the kind of money they want, though. They want ridiculous money, okay? At the end of the day, they want ridiculous money. And they want to become a socialist regime, dictatorship, etc. And with all this censorship and stuff like that going on, it's definitely what we're heading towards. Unfortunately. But it's funny because I was looking at those Illuminati cards the other day. That's what got me banned from my initial account lives on TikTok. They got me banned. I had a card in the background of the Illuminati card game. And I was just online looking at said cards, right? On DuckDuckGo, you can't find them on Google Image, but DuckDuckGo you can. And I was finding them and I was saving them. But they had a bunch of cards that were pertaining to what we're going through right now. And that's why I got banned off my live. They didn't want people to see that. That card game is just pure and simple. Absolute evidence that everything that's going on is cabal related. The Illuminati. They talked about Eliza, right? A robotic type being that would be in your house and be waiting for your every beck and call as far as answering questions, information, etc. Eliza is Alexa. Okay, they had one called Eliza. It was supposed to be advanced AI that could answer any question you had, but was also monitoring you. Alexa. They had a censorship card that a massive amount of censorship would be at play all of a sudden. And our ideas and our outspokenness is going to be censored, happening right now. They had a quarantine card happening. They had a vaccine card happening. They had an adrenochrome card happening. They also had a weather card, right? About weather control. They even had one with weather control satellites happening. earthquake card. An earthquake card, fam. Happening. They also had a World War III card. Happening. Have a good one, B-Dub. So, well, not happening yet, but could. Scary, though. Those cards were crazily accurate at the end of the day. Too accurate. You know what I mean? So, it's definitely something to think about. It's definitely real. And scary stuff. DARPA? No. I haven't done any videos on that yet. But basically this podcast, I'm just going to make it raw, uncut, unedited. I'm done beating around the bush on bullshit. At the end of the day, it's going all raw and uncut. It's on politics, the vaccine, everything that's going on, at least on my podcast. On here, YouTube, I probably will be less lax to do it, or less apt to do it. I know, bro. It's my own fault, bro. I should have fucking quit running my mouth. I don't know. I might. It just sucks, like on my podcast or my TikTok. Just because... It just sucks because with my TikTok, dude, it's putting my account into somebody else's hands. I know, bro. Don't you agree? Was I talking that bad, Duke? Was it that bad? Did you know I was coming? Did you know it was coming to get the ban? Based on the way I was talking? Could you tell? Did you figure I was going to get banned? There was one bitch in that live, though. You didn't think I was going too far with the Michigan militia and stuff? You think after I said drones? Interesting. You think after I said drones, huh? Nice. But that's censorship at its finest, fam. At the end of the day, I shouldn't be stopped. And they're scared of it. The elite have made things stupid obvious. Many are waking up. Says a buddy of mine there on Monstro. Yeah, dude, they are. And I think they're starting to eat crow for it. Yeah, the militia thing was probably stupid to talk about. But it was just... I wasn't talking about joining it. I wasn't talking about forming one. I was just talking about how I grew up, and I remember hearing about it growing up in the 90s about the militia. I guess Michigan had one of the biggest militias in the whole country. The requirement to join the Michigan militia was 10,000 rounds in an automatic rifle, or a semi-automatic rifle. You had those two things, you could join. It's like, he said that when I talked drones in my live on TikTok, it ended it. At the end of the day, it's like, fuck you. Yeah, that's what I thought, bro, like, right? But then that bitch was like, when I said, he said, you even clarified when you grew up. I was like, I was a kid when this was happening. And I heard about it. But some chick was like, yeah, they're called domestic terrorists. And when she commented that, and I said, well, that's arguable. They're not necessarily. They fucking banned me. They're not domestic terrorists. They just hold the government accountable and don't let them just walk all over the people. It makes it so the government is actually held to a standard, knowing that they can't just get away with whatever the fuck they want, which is what they're doing now. Getting away with everything and anything. Making laws, passing bills, doing whatever the fuck they want. That's what Gov is doing right now. Any real patriot knows that exactly. It was just some sheep bitch, but she probably reported me after that. I have a funny feeling. I'm not saying we should join the militia. What happened to the Michigan militia? They got stomped out by the govs, feds, right away. The militias are what saved the Revolutionary War. The local militias, the farmers. It's bullshit. That's alright though. I'm going to clean it up on my other account and only talk about what I talk about, the crazy fucking wild shit off the chain shit. Usually on my other account I wouldn't even mention vaccines or anything like that. That's a rule of mine. I don't talk politics or the vaccine on my other account. And I won't, because I can't afford to lose that one. I can't afford to lose that one too. I can't get banned anymore. I just rolled out an apparel line on there. Yeah, it's just hard to do, man, that code shit. It's hard to think of it and do it right before. It seems like I always end up slipping. So, it is what it is. But I think I'm going to take... I still eat... Oh, really? I still haven't violated anything? Interesting. They're whack as fuck. Ran by the fucking you-know-what-us. I just can't believe somebody from America hasn't come up with a better live platform yet. Where you can get paid and shit. Like YouTube, it's weak. You got, weak. But I'm probably just going to call it a night for you guys. Fucking end of the day, I'm probably just going to take a fucking break from it until I get my other live back. I might do podcasts. I'm thinking about sticking to the podcasts. Yeah, all the witchcraft, fucking stupid saint worshiping shit. Never gets banned, but it is what it is. I'm going to clean it up. I don't want to get banned on my other account, so I better act right. No more vaccine. Oh yeah, I just posted a couple to Instagram, bro. So, yep. Yeah, my Legend of Lemurian one went off on Instagram. I got like 65,000 views on that bitch. It's going viral as hell. I was like, sweet, finally. It's like my first real viral video on Instagram. So that's cool. Hopefully I'll be able to put my shopping or my apparel line on there soon. Of course, YouTube, after I posted the Kandahar Giant video, they didn't allow me into the creator fund. Bunch of fucking faggots, and Nancy's over there too. No, sorry. end of the day, I gotta clean it up, I guess. So I actually privated those 2 videos, letting them censor me so I can get paid. Jesus fuck. It's really frustrating. Because I think there's potential for me to do this for a living, but I can't do it if they keep fucking censoring me. So it is what it is. But I appreciate you guys for coming out. Sorry I was getting a little graphic tonight on the name calling and bullshit. I'm not usually like that. I'm just a little frustrated. I don't take our liberties and freedoms getting taken away from us like they have been lately too lightly, like a lot of people do. At the end of the day, where the fuck did freedom of speech go? Where the fuck did it go? I guess TikTok shouldn't be allowed to be in this country if they censor. That's where it should be. So, end of the day, something's gonna give, something's gonna happen. Mark my words, it's coming. All you can do is prepare. I know nobody should be okay with it, but everybody is. They don't want their bubbles, their little fucking perfect worlds of sheepism and corporate fucking slavery to discontinue. But maybe something will happen. I wish somebody would step up. I'd be right by their side. That's where I'm at with it. But appreciate you all. There's always going to be those sheep that will do what the government says. End of the day, the powers that be and even the higher beings that are watching are waiting to see how long they'll let us push, or we'll let them push us. Because they want to see our resolve. Right now they can't believe it probably, but hopefully that'll change. And we'll keep grinding. But probably won't even post this YouTube because of what we talked about. But if you guys want the raw uncut, go to your Spotify or your Apple Podcasts and look up Night God. And from now on, I'm going to try and put a real one on there. Live, uncut. Opinionated, facts, crazy talk as far as like space stuff goes, aliens, and even politics and vaccine talk as well are going to be on my my podcast from now on. So check it out. I'm going to start doing probably like an hour. I'm going to try and start grinding out an hour episode a day of the real shit, the shit that's going on out here. And what the fuck is going on as far as the reactions to it and all that good stuff. So I love you guys. Appreciate my fans. You guys are shit. And I will see you here soon.